Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Tremont McCray. I am the Ionic King, the master of timelines, identity, mindset, purpose, and remembrance. And this is Character Transmutation LLC, where we transform your character from lead to gold. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about what is self mastery and why should you pursue it. Let's get into a video. So, in my journey, right, I'm about to be 27, and I started at 17. This awareness, this growth, this spiritual journey, if you will, right? So we're looking at about 10 years, and in 10 years, throughout life, the process of life of working, having kids, um, exploring different things, traveling a little bit, right? Nothing crazy, it's inside the U.S., but still, this process of being, of having experiences in the background of all of these external things I was doing, including the people I was meeting, I was always focused on what? Know thyself, self mastery. And in the beginning, I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what that meant. I just knew I wanted to get better. I just knew I wanted to be better. I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be more. But it was coming from an inadequacy that I developed in childhood. It was coming from a soul yearning, a soul yearning for expansion with a limited capacity of self. Because your spirit is infinite, it's eternal. And as you are growing and you are seeking, right, to be more, to be the master of self, you're going to hit a barrier. And that's the barrier is going to be your ego, false beliefs, false limitations. It's all false. That's the lead we talk about, right? So, in order to grow, in order to walk this path of self mastery, you have to be aware of where your own, um, I'll say limitations, but I'll call it lack of self belief, because lack of self belief is going to permeate as lack of confidence, lack of self worth, lack of self awareness, and then it's going to compound to you just being unconscious, going through loops, habits, um, self sabotaging cycles. And this is all going to culminate to you not having a good life and not being the master of self. So when I say I've been doing this for 10 years, I really mean I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been trying, I've been failing, I've been remembering, I've been learning, I've been working, I've been falling down, I've been getting back up every single year. And I found that the deeper I'm going, because again, I'm only 27, right? Self mastery has always been right in front of me. And it was the realization that I am enough that freed me. It was a realization that I have all that I need inside of me to be the man or woman that I remembered myself to be. So when I say I'm the Ionic King, I'm the identity alchemist, I'm the mindset coach. These are true. These are true statements. I'm the sovereign architect. Because these words are frequency codes that, when used by me, which is who I am, right? They activate this ability to be the man or woman that I choose to be, but I say remembered to be. I say remembered because it's the whispers in your mind. It's the awareness and the intuition of like, I should be doing that. I should be that. Right? You ever seen anybody on TV or in your circle or in your city, your state, whoever it may be, and you're like, I should be that. I should do that. That is why I say remember, because it's not something new that you're creating. You're actually going back before the programming. You must go back before the childhood programming that happened from 0 to 8 years old and rework the framework, rewrite the code of your subconscious mind. Now, we can go deeper in that. That's a whole nother video. Nevertheless, as we are practicing self mastery, we are actually recoding our subconscious mind from what we once thought was impossible to what we now know is possible, and we are acting accordingly. You see, self mastery is misunderstood, and I don't think it's practiced enough. Why? Because most of the population, I'll say 90%, is unconscious. And when you're unconscious, you don't think, you don't reflect, you don't have an internal monologue, you don't change, you don't grow, You don't try new things. You stay in a loop. And I'll realize that when you're in the loop, it's damn near impossible to get out of it unless you master your own self. And that doesn't mean strict wake up calls. It doesn't mean strict training. It doesn't mean strict eating. What it means is alignment with identity. If my identity is to be a coach, a mirror, a business owner, and I'm not doing anything that's related to that, that's a misalignment. If my identity is to be fit, is to be healthy, is to be, I would say, articulate, but I don't read, I don't eat healthy, I don't train more than once a week. That's a misalignment. You see what I'm saying? So the discipline is not strict, it's alignment. It's a choice. You already made the choice. You say, this I shall be, this I shall do. So the discipline is just you walking what you already said. You already said it. So the purpose of self mastery is to unify mind, body, and soul. And when you unify mind, body, soul, you have peace beyond circumstances. You have confidence beyond performance. You have intelligence because the body's intelligent. You are intelligent. Your soul is beyond intelligence. Your soul is pure awareness. So as you combine these things, these aspects of yourself, because they're just aspects of yourself, you become what I call whole and complete. And when you are whole and complete, you are a master of self. And that's what the journeys of life is all about in my experience. I'm learning from the masters. I learned from Bob Proctor, Neville Goddard, James Allen, Gandhi, Elijah Muhammad, and so many others, guys, so many others. Even people like John C. Maxwell, Eric Thomas. Who else we got? We got Jim Rohn. Like, there's levels to this, guys. Swami Prada, what is it? Yogananda. I don't know how to say Swami Prada. Yogananda, like all these spiritual teachers and masters, and even business, personal development gurus. Nightingale, shout out to Nightingale. I learned from the masters, and this is what the masters always taught. They taught that the kingdom, shout out to Jesus, Yahshua, the kingdom is within you. And as you live your life, I'm not saying don't work, don't play, don't have sex, don't do none of those things. I'm saying those things are not the purpose. They're the echo. The purpose is for you to be the man or woman that the Most High destines you to be. And the only way to do that is to go within and rewrite the code. This is beyond mindset. This is beyond subconscious programming. This is beyond motivation. This is remembrance. So, long story short, guys. Again, I can go on about this all day, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it right here. I'm gonna keep all my videos under 10 minutes because there's a different purpose for each video, and I don't want to get off track. Nevertheless, if you made it this far, guys, I appreciate you. And self mastery, guys. You must master yourself. And as you master yourself, you master everything else in your life. They say he who can control his thoughts, meaning that he controls what thoughts he acts on. He controls his behavior. He controls his, what I call, identity. He can control everything about his life. And that's how a king moves. Right? So if you want to go deeper on this, guys, I'm offering 5 slots for my 12-week coaching program, Living the Result. And it's how we make your identity the residence. It's how we go from a chaotic, unstructured self to a disciplined, structured self with peace, confidence, and abundance is your baseline. So if you want to go deeper on this, DM me at Led to Gold on TikTok. And in the meantime, guys, read, study, grow, learn, make a plan, make a goal, and realize that you're only going to get there if you go in first. So I'll see you guys on the next one. And check me out, guys. From Led